Hello and welcome to this video on how to register for the 2020-2021 school year at Central Lyon. Just a reminder that registration is 100% online for every single person except for new families. So if you have never had a kid at Central Lyon, you will have to fill out a one-sheet piece of paper. Besides that, everyone else will be doing it online. The only reason you need to come to school to register is if you're having technical difficulties at your house or you do not have a device to do the registration. I believe you can use a phone, a tablet, a Chromebook, a laptop, a desktop computer. So basically anything that connects to the internet you can use to do this registration. If you are a new family, you can come in person on Tuesday, July 21st from 9 until 1, and that will get you, we can get you registered and get an account created and all that good stuff and ready to go for the school year. If you are having technical difficulties or you do not have a device to do the registration, you can come on Wednesday, July 22nd from 11 to 6, and we will be able to provide you with a device. You will still register online. You will still use a computer. You'll just be doing it in the school instead of at your house. New families can also come on July 22nd from 11 to 6 to register as well if you would like. Okay, so how to register. First, start by going to centrallyon.org. Right-hand side, click on JMC Gradebook, and then you're going to click on Parents. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure the school year says 2020-2021. Otherwise, you are not registering for this school year. Your username is your last name. Your password is whatever you set it up as. If you forgot it, click on Forgot Your Password, and you will should be able to get logged in. Now, registration will start on Monday, July 20th. This will obviously go away after that date. To start, you're going to click on Register on the left-hand side. There are some things here. There's kind of a checklist of things to do. The first one is to continue the registration process, so we'll start there. I've actually already done this in part of testing and getting ready to create this video. I've registered my daughter. It says that I've done it right here. Class completed 7/17/2020. So I know I've actually done this already. Also at the end it will email you saying you've completed that part of registration. Once you have that done, you have not completed registration. You've just basically confirmed or made any changes to your demographic information for yourself or for your students. You still need to pay any fees. If you want to add lunch money, you can do that now. Or if you need to fill out for free or reduced lunch form, you can do that online as well. So the next thing would be is to pay any fees that you have. We are using a new payment system this year that's integrated inside of JMC, so that you will not be going to a separate website to pay. You will pay inside of JMC. There's a video found right here that is provided by JMC on how to do that, but that video is a year old, so I will go through that with you here in a minute on how to do it directly in our system. If you need to fill out the free or reduced lunch form, you click back on register, and at the bottom there is the link to the form. Also, if you do not have a Canvas parent account, please follow the instructions found here to create one. You will need to know each student's login information. As you are going through this progress here, clicking the next button, you'll have to confirm every single kid that you have at school, their demographic information, and you can make changes to that information as well. But inside of there, you will be able to see their username and password. So each kid, when you get to it, look towards the middle, and it will have their username and password. For most kids, their username is their first initial followed by the last name. Not too difficult. But you'll want to write that down along with the password so that you know their login information. Again, follow the directions found here to create a parent account. Please create a parent account before the school year starts. Also, if you've not seen our summer newsletter, you can click here and you will find our summer newsletter. So let's talk about payments. Actually, before we do that, when you click back on register, you see the little check mark that shows I've done this. Okay. The next thing is to sign the forms. There's one form that is required, and that is the student accident insurance waiver. You can click here. It'll download the PDF. You can look it over and then sign it. When you click, there's a little button here that I've already done it. You click on it and you will use your mouse or your finger if you have a touch screen, and you will sign saying you have read the waiver. Once you're done with that, go back to register, It shows you your balance for lunch, shows you what your balance is for tuition and fees. Again, there is no such thing as tuition at Central Lyon, it's just fees. So I say tuition and fees because that's what the button says, but there is no such thing as tuition at a public school. If you want to add lunch money, you click on lunch, or click on lunch on the left-hand side. It tells you what transactions you've had. As the school year goes on, it will show you what your kids are. As this dwindles, it will show you why. It'll tell you which kid ate what. If it was lunch and then they got seconds or whatever, it shows that over here. When you want to deposit money, you click on JMC Online Deposit. Put how much money you want to put in. I believe the minimum is $25, the max is $500. There is a $3 convenience fee for adding money to your lunch account. That is because we get charged a fee to do that. So that is always $3. So I would recommend that you deposit as much money as you can afford each time. Money does carry over from year to year, and if you have a senior and no one else in the family is at Central Lyon, at the end of the year you do get that money back. So there's no reason to worry about trying to zero the balance out at the end of every year, because you never lose the money. In order to do this, you need to fill out this information. You can use a credit card or a debit card, or you can use a checking or a savings account. You just need to know the account number and the routing number. You can enter an email address here and save it to my account so that this information is saved, so that you, the next time you want to deposit money, you can just click on Saved Accounts and click on the one you want to pay the fee or the lunch money from, and it will automatically be filled in. You do not have to save that account if you don't want to. You can manually enter it in every single time. Once you have everything entered, you hit submit. The nice thing about this is it was instantaneous. As soon as it clears the payment system, the money is available for your students to use. So you do not have to worry about waiting the 48 hours like we did before in order for us to move the money from one system to the other system. It is just automatically done, which is nice. That is lunch. Also, some people may not want to put lunch money in right away because, as you can see, like, we have a good balance here. I don't need to worry about that for at least a month or so. So I probably won't put lunch money in, but I will pay my fees. So again, click on tuition and fees. This is a little bit different. Now, every student in Central Lyon has a preloaded textbook fee because every single student has one. The balance is here. You may have multiple kids here, so you may see different ones. Also down here, you can see them broken down by student as far as payments and those sorts of things. Excuse me. In order to pay this bill, you click on Pay My Bill. And I only have one fee, so I can just click on it and then click OK. That same little box pops up. Notice there is no convenience fee here. You do not get charged anything to pay your fees or to purchase items, which I'll go over in a second. Once again, fill this information out. Bank, credit card or debit card or bank account, click submit, and that payment is done. Now, if you need to purchase an activity ticket, if your student, first off, your student is a 7th through 12th grader, their activity ticket is already preloaded, as every 7th through 12th grader who is involved in any sort of activity that is outside the school day has to pay for an activity ticket. That is how we fund those programs. So if your kid's in any athletics, if they are in band or choir, if they are in any other sort of activity that exists outside of the school day, mock trial, robotics, any of those extra things that we do here at Central Lyon, they must purchase an activity ticket in order to do those things. So if you that's why you'll see that preloaded. Now, if you have a student that's in 6th grade or below and you want to buy an activity ticket for them, this is where you do that. First off, make sure you have the right student selected, and you would click on Add to Cart. There it is. If you're going to purchase anything else, it doesn't really matter what student you're in, because you can't. If I add an adult here, it still says that my daughter's name here. It doesn't say my name or my wife's name or whoever I'm purchasing it for, but because those do not actually have names on them or pictures or anything like that, like the student ones do, so we don't really worry about that. If you need to remove one, you simply click on Remove, click on Checkout, and the same box pops up. This is a separate transaction than paying your preloaded fees. That is the only way to do it. I called JMC. They do not offer any sort of method for us to combine those fees, so we just have to do it this way. Again, no convenience fee, so having the fact that it's 2 separate transactions shouldn't make any difference to you, but go ahead and fill out that information, click submit, and then you are paid for. Once you have a zero balance or you've purchased any items that you need or want to purchase, also just note that this family activity ticket is for 2 adult tickets and all household students that are 6th grade and below. So that does not mean if you have a 7th grader and a 12th grader, you pay this family ticket and those kids are paid for. You still have to pay the individual student activity tickets for all 7th and above. So just an FYI there. There are no downloadable links here, so you don't have to worry about that. You click on it, it just brings you to a blank page. The last thing is if you need to fill out an application for free or reduced meals, click here and click on next and just follow that application process. Even if you don't think you qualify, it is a good idea to click on to fill out this application. Because you never know, you might qualify for reduced meals. But the main thing is that if the Central Lyon gets some benefits, extra benefits, with the higher percentage we have of people that do qualify. So if you think you might qualify, please fill it out. There is no penalty for filling it out and not qualifying. It can only help the school district. So if you think you might qualify or you have any question about qualifying, please fill it out. It's 100% online, so you don't have to worry about coming into school or doing any consultations. You just fill it out online, and if you don't get denied and you don't qualify for it, no big deal. If you do get qualify and you get reduced fees and lunches or free ones, that is only going to help you and also help the school. So if you think you might need that, please fill it out. Once you have all those things done, you are officially registered for school, and you are good to go. Once again, when you are going through this registration process to confirm your demographics, it does not automatically change them. So if you go in and look at your parent information and you made a change, we have to confirm it. So please give us some time. Please allow up to 48 hours for us to confirm those. As you can expect, we will be getting a lot of them in the first few days, and we want to make sure we go through them and confirm each one and make sure that it's correct. So please do not go back in and change it again, because it's just going to create another record for us to confirm. So if you go in and change your phone number, or if you add a phone number and it doesn't automatically show up, that is normal. That is how the system works. We have to go in at the back end and approve every single change every single time. So give us a few days to get that done. If you check back, 3 days later and it's still not done, go ahead and do it again, because maybe you did it wrong, maybe we missed it, something like that. But not a big deal. We'll just fill it out again. It takes about 10 seconds to do. So that is how you register for this upcoming school year. Again, registration 100% online. The only people that have to come to school to fill anything out on paper are brand new families that have never been to this school district. Everyone else will be doing it on a computer, even if you come to school. So if you have the ability to do it from home, it is much faster. And with the cleaning protocols and the limited access to the building and those sorts of things, please, 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 if you can do it online, do it online. We would love to have basically nobody come to school to do registration except for those new families. It'd be much safer for our staff. It'd be easier to keep things clean, and we don't have to worry about having the janitors clean things afterwards and in between and all those sorts of things. So if you can do it from home, please do it from home. If you have any questions, please call the school, 472-2664. Thank you.